Good evening and welcome to 5-Star Streaming's coverage of Nebraska District C2-8, the final between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Crofton Lady Warriors. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Kendall Taney. Kendall, how you doing tonight?
Good.
Kendall tried to get me to stop at a bar. He was my guidance. He was my guide, and I'm like, hey, and he's like, turn here, and it's this bar. They were having a Rocky Mountain Oyster Festival. I'm like, Kendall, we got a job to do, and he said, no, party first, game later. No, it was we were coming over a hill, couldn't see it, so total honest mistake, but really good trip. We made it down without any accidents. Boy, people drive a little bit crazier down here, right in my wheelhouse, so people that ride with me understand. But we are in for a great matchup tonight between the Crofton Lady Warriors, the 9th seed, and the 8th seeded Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Now, this is the first time in a long time, according to the AD of Elmwood-Murdock, that they've had a chance to host a game. So, Kendall, you're in touch with Nebraska basketball. Kind of take us through what we can expect tonight.
You can guess that it's going to be a very competitive game. With the 8-9, it can go either way. The way the teams are on the court and competing at a high level, and you always think, 8-9. 8-9's usually down to the wire, intense game. You can expect that tonight, down the wire kind of game here at Elmwood-Murdock.
Well, and I'm sure you can hear the band behind us. We have the Elmwood-Murdock band behind us. Across the way is the Crofton Warrior Band. So we've got some great music tonight. And this is a gymnasium that was built in 1978. But boy, you wouldn't notice. They have done a great job of maintaining this. And so we are looking forward to a great matchup. But I tell you what, since the band is playing, and I'm sure it's hard to hear, let's take a quick break with some of our advertisers, including America's Best Realty, 402 Collision, American Legacy Land Company, and Christensen Well. We'll be back right after these messages.
We all have dreams, and America's Best Realty is here to help make your dreams come true. Whether you're buying or selling, America's Best Realty is here to make your real estate journey seamless. With expert agents, personalized service, and unbeatable local knowledge, they'll help you find the perfect place to call home, no matter your budget. They have the listings, the expertise, and the dedication to get you results. Visit them online or give Tara a call to get started. America's Best Realty, where your dream home becomes a reality. Go Warriors from 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton. Need your car towed? A little body work done after your tow? 402 Collision and Towing can give you a tow, fix the dents, and detail the car out for you all at one time. When your car is back to perfection and you need your oil changed, 402 Collision and Towing can do that also. Talk about great service and perfection under one roof. That's what 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton can do for you. 402 Collision and Towing, offering the Crofton and surrounding area perfection when it comes to your car.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kleinschmidt with American Legacy Land Company. I reside out of Yankton, South Dakota, and I'm a licensed real estate land agent in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Minnesota. I can list your farm and ranch ground, hunting and recreational ground, acreages, and development property. Looking to buy or sell land, call me, Jeff Kleinschmidt, at 605-760-3449, or follow me on Facebook at Jeff Kleinschmidt-American Legacy Land Company for more on upcoming listings. Your unique opportunity, whether it's buying or selling ground, is just a call away.
Spring is upon us. If your irrigation pump has been in the ground over 20 years, or you have noticed a loss in system pressure, Christensen Well and Irrigation recommends pulling and assessing your pump to be sure your well is pumping water as efficiently as possible. Locally owned and operated, Christensen Well and Irrigation wants you to have a successful irrigation season. Call today to schedule your pump to be pulled before spring field work begins. Good luck to all our area schools.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball, brought to you by our sponsors, including Downtown Auto Service, Caton International, Crofton Lakeview Golf Course, and Murph's Appliance in downtown Vermilion. Well, Crofton has a long history of successful girls basketball, Kendall. And so, we know J.C. Jansen going to Black Hills State in the fall. She's kind of the leading force for this Crofton team.
You're exactly right.
What do you expect we can see from her tonight, as she is that sword of Damocles hanging overhead? Every game could be her final one. What do you expect to see from Jay-Z tonight?
Jay-Z should be very poised, very used to these kind of situations. Crucial game. She needs to play at her finest tonight, and expecting nothing less from a leading senior.
And so, obviously, a lot of action going on. I know you have the districts all there. Give us an update on what's going on for Bloomfield, and then also take us through the rest of the districts. The Why Not girls are playing in about an hour over in McCool Junction. So kind of take us through the area games and give us an update on that Bloomfield game.
That Bloomfield game at the end of the first quarter was 28-18 at the end. But here in the second quarter, they have kind of opened it up 39-22 in favor of the Bloomfield Bees. Remember, that is a 1 seed versus a 16 seed. And going back the record, 1979 was the last time Bloomfield made it to state in girls basketball. Also in action, McCoy Junction taking on Why Not in area action, and some other games. Elm Creek takes on Niobrara Verdigris and the Cougars. Should be a fun night of basketball in general. You always love this time of year because you get all kinds of decent matchups and matchups that you might not see during the regular season with conferences going up versus each other.
So the district battles are interesting. We want to take a look at these two teams. Crofton and Elmwood-Murdock. Obviously, Elmwood-Murdock with a really nice record on the season. Sometimes it's really hard to tell who has played, what kind of schedule you played. You and I were talking on the way up. Crofton, challenged themselves definitively, playing a team like Brandon Valley, like West Central, Centerville, a Centerville team that is looking to punch their ticket to state on next Thursday in South Dakota. But if you look at this Crofton team, they took on St. Mary's and beat them handily. Laurel Concord Coleridge, Boone Central, Boyd County. They did lose to Guardian Angel Central Catholic. GAC is always a tough one for the Warriors. But then they beat Cedar, Niobrara Verdigris. And like I said, they beat that Tornadoes team out of Centerville. Beat Windside, beat Why Not, a good Why Not team. But did fall to Oakland Craig and O'Neill on the road. O'Neill on the road at the beginning of the year. Then they defeated Ponca, beat Battle Creek, fell to that Brandon Valley team. And if you're wondering, if you're a Nebraska fan and maybe not aware too much of the high school basketball in South Dakota, Brandon Valley is undefeated in the largest class. They would be a Class A school in South Dakota or in Nebraska. So they lost pretty handily, 60-31 to Brandon Valley at Brandon Valley. But there's not much you can take away from that. That's Crofton challenging themselves.
That's challenging themselves, getting ready for district and sub-district and district down the road. And they always kind of do that scheduling where they add some South Dakota teams in there so they get their, not really it's not usually known for their PowerPoints, but they're known for getting them ready for these kind of hard district games that are around the corner down the season.
So that's what you get. And then they went on to beat Westholt, Wayne, Hardington, Newcastle, fell to Pierce, but then beat Wayne again, fell again to Guardian Angel Central Catholic, 49-47, and then beat O'Neill, EPJ out of South Dakota, and then beat Norfolk Catholic by 2, and then fell to Norfolk Catholic by 6. But via those power points, they do get into the districts. via a wild card. So Crofton comes in coming off a loss. So kind of a little unusual coming into districts off a loss. But they're taking on an Elmwood-Murdock team that is 11-0 at home. They're undefeated here this year, 7-3 on the road. So 18-3 overall. Their 3 losses are to a Lincoln Christian team down in Lincoln. Well, and I say down in Lincoln, we're in that area, so it's down to us. It's right in their wheelhouse. But they did lose on January 20th to Tri-County, and then they fell to Johnson County Central just a little over 2.5 weeks ago in Tecumseh, 43-33. So it should be an interesting matchup between these two. Crofton, of course, led by J.Z. Jansen. J.Z. Jansen averaging 17.2 points per game. She's also averaging 7.8 defensive rebounds, 4.6 offensive rebounds, for a total of 12.4. So she is averaging a double-double. But Sienna Pinkelman just a shade under 10 points a game and 4.4 rebounds. And then you have also contributing for Crofton at 8 points per game, J.C. Anthony, to go with her 2.9 assists per game. So Crofton kind of a two-headed monster, but J.C. Anthony right there at 8 points a game as well. For Elmwood-Murdock, their leading scorer, one player in double figures, and that is Brooklyn Manns, a 5'7" senior guard, averaging 12 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And then the next, you have a kind of a collection of players averaging that 6 to 9. At 9, you have Annie Backmeyer, another senior, who's averaging 9 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. Then at 6.9 points per game, number 32, Brooke Gowdy, a 5'8" senior. You're hearing a theme, a lot of senior leadership, 6.9 points per game and 5 rebounds. But the one anomaly is number 33, Jalen Fleischman. Fleischman is a 5'4" sophomore, averaging 7.6 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game. So Elmwood-Murdock has a lot of balanced scoring, a lot of weapons to put out there for Crofton to have to defend. So it should be an interesting matchup. When we come back, we will take another look around the state and look at this matchup as the teams are starting to warm up. We're about 8 minutes away from starting lineups and the national anthem. This is Crofton Warrior Basketball on 5 Star streaming on YouTube, brought to you by Lakeview Golf Course, Christensen Well, Murph's Appliance, and Caton International.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provide, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Caton International has equipment you need along with the knowledge and the help to prepare you for your upcoming farming season. When it comes to livestock, they have Farm Aid, Highline, and Vermeer equipment to optimize your bale processing and feeding program. Stop into one of Caton International's locations in Albion, Neely, and Crofton and let their factory-certified sales, parts, and service team maximize your farm production. Caton International supports Crofton academic and sports.
Crofton Lakeview Golf Course is a proud supporter of all Crofton sports and academics. We appreciate your understanding of our closing early to get the new clubhouse ready for 2026. Thanks for all your business in 2025. You're going to love our new clubhouse. Looking forward to a great 2026 season of golf and fun.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Christensen Well and Irrigation is now an authorized full-service dealer for Reinke Irrigation. With fully trained professionals on staff, they're ready to provide you with top-quality sales, service, and support. With Reinke's 70 years of experience building quality irrigation equipment and Christensen Well providing over 50 years of well and irrigation service, they're excited to serve you. For more information on how a Reinke center pivot can improve your farming operation, visit locally owned and operated Christensen Well and Irrigation or check them out at christensenwell.com. Good luck, athletes!
Need junk removed? Call Pro Junkers. Pro Junkers can remove junk from a small job, full house, estate, to apartment and office cleanouts. Pro Junkers can demo it for you too. Decks, fences, sheds, garage, and older homes. Want to do it yourself? Pro Junkers has a 7 by 14 foot by 36 inch sidewall dump trailer for rent. We drop it off and haul it away. Free estimates for the job you have in mind. Contact myself, Jeff Kleinschmidt, at 605-760-3449.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball on 5-Star Streaming on YouTube. I'm Michael Schumacher with Kendall Taney as we are hearing the quads from the Elmwood-Murdock drummer behind us. I mean, he's okay, but no, it's a good band, but man, it's always hard to compete with Crofton. So you can hear what the band director, Ashley Leader, does for this team. And it's always great to hear them at state, too. You know, Crofton's band is usually one of the tops, especially in Class C1, C2, D1, D2. You love to hear it, and that's why they win. That's why they are so successful as a band as well. Well, Kendall, what are some of the points that you're looking for tonight to determine early on if you think Crofton's going to pull it out?
I think the very most important thing for Crofton early is surround the crowd. Get the crowd out of the game. Get that and really work your offense down to a pin. J.C. Jansen needs to play really good tonight. That is going to be a determining factor, and we need to hit our threes and our free throws. A big, big key in the ball game. Free throws will matter down the stretch in this game.
Well, you're exactly right. Free throws are just that. They can make or break a team. And Crofton as a team, Elmwood-Murdock as a team hits 60% of their free throws. Crofton as a team, I have that right here, I apologize, hits 64%, so relatively even. Crofton averages 49.6 points per game. Elmwood-Murdock averages 48. So very similar in that fashion as well. Both teams very similar in how they score and how much they score. And so as you can see on the screen, Crofton will be in their maroon uniforms with white, or kind of that white slate numbers and letters with black trim and a bit of a gray accent. Elmwood-Murdock in their white uniforms with gray letters and numbers and black trim. Again, Elmwood-Murdock 18-3, or 21-3 on the season now through the postseason. Crofton, they are 18-7. So obviously Crofton, as the 9th seed, would be the underdog if Vegas were putting odds on this. I don't think Vegas puts odds on District C2 8 games. If they do, somebody's got a real problem. But if you're looking at entertainment purposes only, Crofton's probably the underdog. Just because Elmwood-Murdock has the record, but the experience factor probably goes to Crofton, especially with their leader J.C. Jansen. Now, that being said, I mean experience kind of in these kind of games, these big district matchups. We were talking about how Elmwood-Murdock, they have a lot of seniors. You're talking Zoe Zarat, a 5'5" sophomore senior guard, Annie Backmeyer, a 5'9" senior forward, Brooklyn Mans, a 5'7" senior guard. You have Brooklyn Dowding, a 5'5" senior guard. You also have Brooke Gowdy. So Dowding and Gowdy. Brooklyn So I know I'm gonna get confused. It's Brooklyn Dowding and Brooke Gowdy. Brooke Gowdy is a 5'8" senior forward. And then you also have Ariana Wall, a 5'10" senior forward. Now, Wall is a player that hasn't played in every game, doesn't seem to contribute a ton, but that senior leadership can really come into effect at certain times. So that will be interesting. Whereas Crofton doesn't have nearly as many seniors. You and I were coming up, who's that next generation of player in Crofton, because they're going to graduate J.C. Anthony, who's been a longtime stalwart on this varsity team. Addison Ostermeyer, who's been a great contributor, and J.C. Jansen. There's almost always been somebody to step up, and Sienna Pinkelman will obviously be that next year. She'll be kind of the de facto leader, but she's going to need some help. And who will that come from? Jalen Panning? Will that come from Jazz Wiesler? Are you looking at Brooklyn Gunther? As we get ready for starting lineups, that's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Who will be that next generation of Crofton Warrior? All right, we're getting ready for starting lineups, and so we'll keep it right here, as we'll also have the national anthem. As every school does it differently. Every state does it differently. But again, we always pause for the national anthem. And my dad, Gary Schumacher, served during the Vietnam War era. My uncle Leroy served in the Korean War era. Both Crofton grads. One of my best friends, Chris Keeler, the late Chris Keeler, served in the National Guard and passed away a number of years ago, honestly, from illnesses contracted from his service. So we will always stop for the national anthem. Of course, my daughter, Leela, currently serving in the National Guard down in North Carolina. So here's the starting lineups for Crofton. Starting at guard, Jalen Panning, 5'9" sophomore guard. Then number 20, 5'6" senior guard, J.C. Anthony. Then number 22, 5'7" senior forward, Addison Ostermeyer. Then number 34, 5'9", junior forward, Sienna Pinkelman. And then finally, the leader of this team, number 40, 6-foot senior center, J.C. Jansen. She'll be playing at Black Hills State in the fall. So a great player, averaging a double-double for this Crofton team. And here we go with the Elmwood-Murdock starting lineup. As this raucous crowd, and you can hear them getting excited over there. And starting off is number 4, Zoe Zerat, the 5'5" senior guard. Then you have number 12, Annie Backmeyer, a 5'9" senior forward. Then number 14, 5'7" senior guard, Brooklyn Mans. And then number 24, 5'10" sophomore forward, Aisley Hartel. And then finally, number 32, 5'8" senior forward, Brooke Gowdy. So again, Zerat, Backmeyer, Mans, Hartel, and Gowdy starting for this Elmwood-Murdock team. As we will now pause for the national anthem, we will pull that over to the flag. And you can hear the crowd getting ready as the winner will be heading to state, and the loser, well, their season will come to an end. It was a beautiful job on the national anthem. And again, like I said, we will always pause for the national anthem. My dad, my Uncle George served in the United States Air Force. My Uncle Dick served in the United States Navy. Want to thank everybody who serves. Tucker Brown Everton, the American Legion in Crofton. My dad's a longtime member of that. Want to thank them for all of their work and all of their efforts. So here we go. Jumping for Vermilion. Jumping for Crofton will be J.C. Jansen. Jumping for Elmwood-Murdock is Hartzell. And Crofton will win the jump. Moving left to right on your screen as J.C. Anthony drives into the elbow, kicks it back out. As Anthony drives in, and they're going to call Anthony for a travel. So that'll be a turnover over to Elmwood-Murdock. So inbounding for the Knights will be Brooke Gowdy. Gowdy on the baseline. Does get it into Brooklyn Mans. Back to Gowdy. Gowdy gets it across the timeline. Drives in, kicks it out to Zoe Zarat, who drives in and down into the corner. Good ball movement by this Elmwood-Murdock Knights team. Working it around the perimeter. So they drive it in, kick it out. Here's Zarat. Zarat will take off. Kick it out to Gowdy. Gowdy for three. Cannot hit. And that will be a rebound there for Addison Ostermeyer. And that ball is too high for Pinkelman. That'll be another turnover. So 7:12 to go. We're 48 seconds in. No score as of yet. As they do get the ball into Brooklyn Mans. And Mans will go over and back. She did not realize she had crossed the center court line. So that's a turnover for the Knights. So inbounding for Crofton just by the K in the Knights on the court was Addison Ostermeyer. J.C. Jansen down in the corner. Gets it out to Jalen Panning. Panning. Back across to Anthony. Anthony back to Panning. Panning will take the three. She'll drain the three! Jalen Panning gets Crofton on the board. 3-0 Crofton. As they drive in, up, and no good, but a foul on Crofton. As Zoe Zarat will go to the line. And that'll be on Panning. That'll be Jalen's first personal. As Zoe Zarat will go to the line to shoot two. She averages 4.3 points per game. She hits 65% of her free throws. And that first one, just off, a little bit off to the left. You got to wonder, a crowd like this, maybe a little bit of nerves too. So 3-0, Crofton leads. Here's Zarat's second free throw. That one is up, and that one is good. Zarat hits one of two, makes it a 3-1 lead for Crofton. Jansen gets it down to Panning in the corner. Panning tries to hit a cutting J.C. Jansen, and that will be off. That will be off of Hartel. So 6:27 to go here in quarter number one. Crofton leads 3-1 as they get it out to Jansen. Jansen drives in, kicks it out to Anthony. Anthony thought about the three. Try to get it down low to Jansen, and that'll be a jump ball. That will go to Elmwood-Murdock. So Elmwood-Murdock will take possession on the jump ball as the possession arrow will now change. And again, it's Brooke Gowdy on the baseline to inbound. As they get it into Brooklyn Mans, back to Gowdy. And here's Annie Backmeyer. As Zarat picked up by Panning. Over to Hartel. Good defense here by Crofton. Not allowing Elmwood-Murdock to get much. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Crofton. Thought they probably could have called a jump ball, but they didn't. That'll be a foul on J.C. Jansen. J.C. with her first personal. Second team foul. Here just 2 minutes into this first quarter. Mans gets it over to Zarat. Good defense there by Anthony. Up with the left hand and in for Brooklyn Mans. We are now tied at 3. As Jalen Fleischman will check in here shortly. Panning for 3, cannot connect. Rebound there by Brooke Gowdy. As Zarot has the ball in the perimeter, guarded by Panning. Zarot tries to hit a cutting Gowdy and is successful. Brooke Gowdy with her second bucket of the night. First bucket of the night. Makes it 5-3. Elmwood-Murdock as Pinkelman drives the baseline. Gets it out to Anthony. Ostermeyer for 3. Off the back iron, and that'll go out of bounds. And that'll go back to Elmwood-Murdock. As Jalen Fleischman checks in for Elmwood-Murdock. Checking in for Crofton will be Emma Kukta and Jasmine Wiesler. As they get the ball into Jalen Fleischman. Fleischman drops that off, gets it over. And here's Gowdy at the elbow. And that is going to be a foul on, that'll be a foul on Fleischman. So Fleischman with her first team foul. As Sienna Pinkelman will inbound. Checking in for the Knights will be Grayson Haynes, a 5'5" junior guard. She's checking in for Brooke Gowdy. So full court press for the Knights. Gets it over to Anthony. Anthony gets it out to Jansen. They get across midcourt. And that pass is a little too far out there for Emma Kukta. So Crofton just not getting a lot of good looks. They've had a few turnovers on their possessions. As checking out is Brooklyn Mans. As Annie Backmeyer's back in. So here's Jalen Fleischman at the top of the key. Gets it over to Zoe Zarot. Zarot guarded by Anthony. Gets it over to Backmeyer. Gets it back over to the left. Spin move there by Fleischman, and they're going to call a foul. And that's going to be Jay-Z Jansen's second personal. So 5-3, Elmwood-Murdock leads here with 3:49 to go in quarter number 1. First free throw for Fleischman is no good. So checking back in for Elmwood-Murdock will be Brooklyn Mans and Brooke Gowdy. Jay-Z Jansen checks out for Crofton. And the second free throw is good. So 6-3, Elmwood-Murdock with the lead. As Emma Kukta with the ball, has it knocked back into her hands by Brooke Gowdy. Another turnover for Crofton. 3:35 to go here in quarter number 1. 6-3, Elmwood-Murdock leads. And there's a steal for Jasmine Wiesler. As they get it down low to Pinkelman, up and in for Sienna Emma Kukta, sorry. Emma Kukta with that. Makes it 6-5 in favor of Elmwood-Murdock. Gowdy kicks it out to Fleischman for 3. Cannot connect. Zarot up with it. No good. J.C. Anthony with the rebound. So Crofton brings it back, looking to try to retake the lead. Panning gets it down low to Kukta. Out low to Pinkelman. Pinkelman cannot connect. And there's a rebound for Gowdy. So 6-5, Elmwood-Murdock leads, 2:38 to go here in quarter number 1. And Fleischman will step on the out-of-bounds line, turn it back over to Crofton as Annie Backmeyer and Aisley Hartel check back in for the Knights. So for Crofton, you have Kukta, Pinkelman, Anthony, Panning, and Jasmine Weisler. Here's Panning. Panning has that knocked out of bounds. Crofton will inbound with 25 seconds on the shot clock. Anthony over to Pinkelman. Cross-court pass to Weisler. Panning for 3. Cannot connect, but Pinkelman with the rebound. Gets it over to Anthony, who drives into the elbow. Pinkelman from the corner for 3. Drains it! Sienna Pinkelman with a 3 makes it 6-8 in favor of Crofton. Minute 56 to go. There's a steal by Jalen Panning. Into the hands of J.C. Anthony. So Crofton just hit another 3. Kendall, did you see who it was? I was working on the camera.
I would too. Shoot.
All right, so it is 11-6 in favor of Crofton now with a minute 44 to go. As they do take a timeout, we'll take a quick timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by America's Best Realty.
We all have dreams, and America's Best Realty is here to help make your dreams come true. Whether you're buying or selling, America's Best Realty is here to make your real estate journey seamless. With expert agents, personalized service, and unbeatable local knowledge, they'll help you find the perfect place to call home, no matter your budget. They have the listings, the expertise, and the dedication to get you results. Visit them online or give Tara a call to get started. America's Best Realty, where your dream home becomes a reality.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball on 5-Star streaming on YouTube. Crofton has retaken the lead. It's 11-6 after trailing 6-3. Here's Brooke Gowdy inbounding the ball for Elmwood-Murdock. She'll be bringing it up, gets it across midcourt here with a minute 38 to go here in quarter number 1. As Fleischman drives in, and they're going to call a foul on the floor on Jasmine Weisler. Now, I got thoughts about the way this is being officiated so far, but I'm not going to say them. 11-6 with a minute 33 to go here in quarter number 1. They get the ball out top. As here's Fleischman. They get it down low to Hartle. Hartle can't connect, and Hartle will be over the back. Nice job by Emma Kukta as Hartle will get her first personal. That'll be the second team foul. As Crofton has managed this comeback without J.Z. Jansen on the court with foul trouble. As here's Ostermeyer. Gets it over to Weisler down in the corner. Ostermeyer for 3. Drains it! Addison Ostermeyer with a 3-pointer for Crofton. 14-6 now in favor of the Warriors with a minute 6 to go in quarter number 1. Crofton on an 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes of this quarter. Here's Fleischman. Gets it down low, and that's going to be a jump ball, and that will favor the Warriors. So 53.7 seconds to go. Sienna Pinkelman. And for the first time, Avery Arns checking in for Crofton. Checking out, you have Jalen Panning and J.C. Anthony. Coach Moon looking to maybe get one of those extended breaks for Anthony and Panning. Take this last minute, then the quarter break to give them a little bit of a breather. As here is Pinkelman. Pinkelman picked up the dribble, but she does get it to Avery Arns. Arns, a freshman, who we know she can run. She doesn't need a breather. Here's Sienna Pinkelman. Over to Jasmine Weisler. Gets it down low to Ostermeyer at the free throw line. Ostermeyer up, and that's, they're going to call a jump ball there. Okay. 14-6 with 36.9 seconds to go. And Elmwood-Murdock will inbound. It's Brooke Gowdy along the baseline. as they get into Jalen Fleischman. Fleischman has it knocked away by Arns. Arns small, quick, and Fleischman loses it out of bounds. And Crofton will take over with 28.7 seconds remaining. The shot clock is off. We'll see if Crofton plays for the final shot. Now, I know when we had the Allen girls, we didn't play for the final shot. I don't know if that's different this year. As J.C. Jansen checks in for Avery Arns, see if they're going to try to work it down low to J.C. Jansen. J.C. has yet to score. But again, Crofton with that 14-6 lead as Pinkelman brings the ball up. As here's Jasmine Weisler with the ball. Has that knocked back into her hands. Sienna Pinkelman. Nice defense there by Annie Backmeyer. Backmeyer with quick hands. So 10.5 seconds to go. Here's Pinkelman. And that ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Elmwood-Murdock. Oh, and they're going to call Pinkelman with a travel. So 3.3 seconds to go. Annie Backmeyer to inbound the ball. Backmeyer's been playing some great defense out there tonight. And that ball, that's a long three-point attempt, no good. And that's the way the first quarter will end. Crofton 14, Elmwood-Murdock 6. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after these messages. This is Crofton Warrior Basketball on 5-Star Streaming on YouTube.
Go Warriors from 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton. Need your car towed? A little body work done after your tow? 402 Collision and Towing can give you a tow, fix the dents, and detail the car out for you all at one time. When your car is back to perfection and you need your oil changed, 402 Collision and Towing can do that also. Talk about great service and perfection under one roof. That's what 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton can do for you. 402 Collision and Towing, offering the Crofton and surrounding area perfection when it comes to your car.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kleinschmidt with American Legacy Land Company. I reside out of Yankton, South Dakota, and I'm a licensed real estate land agent in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Minnesota. I can list your farm and ranch ground, hunting and recreational ground, acreages, and development property. Looking to buy or sell land, call me, Jeff Kleinschmidt, at 605-760-3449, or follow me on Facebook at Jeff Kleinschmidt - American Legacy Land Company for more on upcoming listings. Your unique opportunity, whether it's buying or selling ground, is just a call away.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball, brought to you by on 5-Star Communications. I'm Michael Schumacher with Kendall Taney. Want to thank our sponsors, including Jeff Kleinschmidt with American Legacy Land Company, 402 Collision and Towing, America's Best Realty, and Christensen Well. All right, we are back here. It's now the second quarter. As Crofton will start with possession, it's Panning, Anthony, Jansen, Pinkelman, and Ostermeyer out there for Crofton. They get it down low to Jansen, up to Panning. Panning for a long two, cannot get it to fall. But Jansen with the rebound, can't get the putback. But Jansen with the rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball. So 7:33 to go. Elmwood-Murdock to inbound. Crofton leading 14-6. Here's Zarat out there, along with Backmeyer, Hartle. Here's Gowdy. Long three-point attempt, and that is good for Brooklyn Mans. 14-9. Crofton with the lead. Here's Panning. It's over to J.C. Anthony. Down low to Pinkelman. Pinkelman with the turnaround jumper from the free throw line. Makes it 16-9 Crofton. 1 minute in to this second quarter. So here's Gowdy, guarded by Ostermeyer. Spin move by Gowdy. Up and no good. As the rebound does go to Backmeyer. Backmeyer drives in, kicks it out to Zarat. Zarat to Fleischman, no good. Rebound there by J.C. Jansen. So with the jump ball, that will stay with Crofton. Sienna Pinkelman to end. Checking in is Jalen Fleischman for the Knights. Here's J.C. Anthony with the ball. Again, Crofton moving left to right. Panning. Over to Ostermeyer. Ostermeyer for three. Oh, just off the iron. As that ball's on the ground. And that's going to be another jump ball. That's like the 8th jump ball so far tonight. As 5:52 to go, Crofton leads 16-9. Checking out is Addison Ostermeyer. Checking in is Emma Kukta. As J.C. Jansen falls. Looks like she might have rolled an ankle. I'm not quite sure. Looks like she's in pain. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Fleischman, drives the baseline, kicks it out. Long three-point attempt, no good. Rebound, Hartel. And that's going to be another jump ball. Wow. 5:31 to go. That one will stay with, this one will go to Crofton. 5:31. As Backmeyer will check in. Checking out is Brooke Gowdy. So for Crofton, you have Sienna Pinkelman out there, along with J.C. Anthony, Jalen Panning, Emma Kukta, and J.Z. Jansen. Anthony will bring the ball up for Crofton. Ball almost stolen by Backmeyer. They need to adjust for her quickness. So that ball's knocked out of bounds. So I do apologize, we're having a cable issue here. Another bucket for Crofton makes it 18-9. So Crofton leading 18-9 with 4:48 to go. Here's J.C. Anthony, gets it down to J.C. Jansen. Down low to Pinkelman, or Kukta, up and in for Emma Kukta. Crofton now leads 20-9 with 4:34 to go. As here's Zarat. Gets the ball. Zarat kicks it out to Backmeyer. Backmeyer for three, no good. Rebound, J.C. Jansen. Crofton leads 20-9. 4:15 to go here in quarter number 2. And that ball will be knocked out of bounds by Backmeyer. As you can hear the student section for Elmwood-Murdock disagreeing with that call as Grayson Haynes checks out. So out there for Elmwood-Murdock right now, you have Brooklyn Mans, you have Aisley Hartzell, Annie Backmeyer. There's going to be a timeout taken, a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. This one brought to you by Christensen Well and Downtown Auto. This is Crofton Warrior basketball on 5-Star Streaming. With 4:11 to go in quarter number 2, Crofton leads 20-9.
Spring is upon us. If your irrigation pump has been in the ground over 20 years, or you have noticed a loss in system pressure, Christensen Well and Irrigation recommends pulling and assessing your pump to be sure your well is pumping water as efficiently as possible. Locally owned and operated, Christensen Well and Irrigation wants you to have a successful irrigation season. Call today to schedule your pump to be pulled before spring field work begins. Good luck to all our area schools.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior basketball with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher. 4:11 to go in quarter number 2. Crofton leads 20-9. Crofton has outscored the Knights 17-3 since about 5 minutes into that first quarter. So J.C. Anthony inbounds the ball, gets it out to Pinkelman. Pinkelman for 3. That's going to be long, but a rebound there by Brooke Gowdy as Elmwood-Murdock will bring the ball up. Here's Zoe Zarat. And here's Aisley Hartel. There's a good ball movement by this Elmwood-Murdock team. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Backmeyer. 8 seconds on the shot clock. As they get it down low, up top, and here's a three-pointer for Backmeyer, no good. But rebound is tracked down by Brooke Gowdy, a fresh 35. Knocked away into the hands of J.Z. Jansen. So there's a steal for Crofton as Anthony tries to push the issue. Down low to Cookta, up and in for Emma Cookta. And I don't know why our cable is doing this. I have not had this issue in a long time. It's nothing Kendall's doing. So Crofton with the steal. And that's going to be a foul on Elmwood-Murdock. And that's going to be on Annie Backmeyer. That'll be the first foul of the quarter. And that's Annie Backmeyer's first personal. It's 22-9 in favor of Crofton. So here's Sienna Pinkelman, picked up her dribble. Gets it down low to Ostermeyer, over to Panning, skip pass. As they get it into the hands of Jasmine Wiesler. Gets it over to Pinkelman, down low to Jansen. Jansen at the block, spin, up, and she is fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that is going to be Backmeyer's second. So Backmeyer got a quick 2 within about a minute of each other. So 2:38 to go. Crofton leads 22-9. Jansen at the line to shoot 2. First free throw for Jansen, up and in. Jansen hits about 75% of her free throws, and she hits both of them here. Crofton now leads 24-9. With 2:38 to go in quarter number 2. Crofton up by 15 with 2.5 minutes to go. Ball in the hands of Jalen Fleischman. Good defense out there by Jasmine Wiesler. As here's Brooklyn Mans. Out to Zarat for 3, no good. That's going to be, out of bounds off of Wiesler. I think Wiesler thought it was off of Elmwood-Murdock, but either way, 2:17 to go. And inbounding for the Knights will be Jalen Fleischman. Gets it up top to Brooke Gowdy. Over to Zarat. Good ball movement at the top of the key. As Brooklyn Mans is being hectored and harried, and they run out of time as the shot clock will expire. That'll be a turnover back to Crofton. And Kendall, I think this might have been what we were talking about with just the experience factor in this kind of setting. I mean, it's a friendly crowd, but Crofton has a good number here. And Elmwood-Murdock wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well, as Crofton is slowly pulling away, and Elmwood-Murdock definitely wants to try to stem the tide. We'll be back after these messages from Downtown Auto Service and Caton International.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provide, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Welcome back to Elmwood-Murdock High School. I just received notice from Kyle Eisenhower that the Bloomfield girls won 74-45. So Bloomfield is going to state for the first time since 1979. So that is a bit of a drought. Jimmy Carter was still president, if you can think about that. Ronald Reagan was still, he'd been a governor, but nobody had thought of him as a president yet. So congratulations to the Bloomfield Bees. Now I'm going to try to get over there for some interviews. I had a chance to interview Kennedy Malati, Madison Malati, and Haley Eisenhower, along with Coach Wilson. But we'll try to do a little more of that as we are starting here in quarter number 2 with 1:59 to go. Crofton leading 24-9. As Anthony gets it down low to Ostermeyer. Ostermeyer up with the left hand, no good. Rebound into the hands of Grayson Haynes. So 1:45 to go. Zoe Zarat with the ball, gets it over to Haynes. Up with the left hand, up and in for Brooke Gowdy. So Gowdy gets Elmwood-Murdock into double figures. And there's a steal. And there's a three-pointer. You might just need to hold it like that. You might just need to hold it. So 24-14. A quick 5 points for Elmwood-Murdock. Crofton looking to settle down just a little bit. Ostermeyer for three. Oh, off the back iron. Rebound by Jalen Fleischman. So Crofton definitely wants a stop here as they only lead by 10. They led by 15 just about a minute and a half ago. As here's Aisley Hartel. Three-pointer, no good, but no rebound for Crofton. But they are going to get a foul on the putback. So that'll be a foul on J.C. Anthony. That'll be Anthony's first. Crofton's first. And going to the line to shoot two will be Zarat. First free throw for Zarat is good. 24-15. And again, Zarat hits about 60% of her free throws. And second free throw up and good. 24-16, Crofton leads, 44 and a half seconds to go. With Elmwood-Murdock feeling a little bit of new life as Jansen kicks it out to Panning. Wiesler. Sienna Pinkelman for three, cannot get it to fall. J.C. Jansen gets the rebound up, and she is going to be fouled on the putback. So J.C. Jansen just using her size and her physicality to get those rebounds, and that's going to be a foul on Aisley Hartel. That'll be Hartel's second personal. Team's third. So with 29.6 seconds to go, Jansen first free throw is up and good. So that ends a 7-0 run for Elmwood-Murdock, making it 25-16. Jansen hoping to take it back to a double-digit lead for Crofton with 29.6 seconds to go here in the first half. Jansen, second free throw, up and good. So Panning checks in, Jansen checks out. Checking out for Elmwood-Murdock is Grayson Haynes. Checking in is Annie Backmeyer as Gowdy. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Wiesler or Anthony. That's on Anthony. That's Anthony's second. And Avery Orange checks in. J.C. Anthony checks out. As they get the ball in to Brooklyn Mans. Crofton looking to get a stop here as the shot clock is off. As Mans gets the ball up top to Zarat. Zarat over to Gowdy to get it down low, up and no good. But they're going to call a blocking foul on the shot So Elmwood-Murdock will go to the line to shoot 2 with 10.5 seconds to go. As it's Annie Backmeyer going to the line, as that was a foul on Avery Arns. Backmeyer's first free throw is up and good. 26-17. Crofton leads by 9 as Anthony and Jansen check back in. As here's Backmeyer's second free throw. That'll be off the back iron. Rebound to Jansen. So Crofton with 8 seconds to go. Here's J.C. Anthony. Over to Pinkelman. Pinkelman back out to Anthony. 2 seconds to go. Over to Panning. And they do not get a shot off. And Coach Moon can't be happy with that final possession there. Probably just a lack of awareness. The crowd noise probably affected that. But Crofton leads 26-17. Crofton outscored Elmwood-Murdock 12-11 in that quarter. But boy, a lot of momentum there at the end for Elmwood-Murdock. So we'll be back with halftime after these messages. This is Crofton Warrior Basketball, brought to you by our sponsors, Caton International, Crofton Lakeview Golf Course, Murph's Appliance, and Christensen Well.
Caton International has the equipment you need, along with the knowledge and the help to prepare you for your upcoming farming season. When it comes to livestock, they have Farm Aid, Highline, and Premier equipment to optimize your bale processing and feeding program. Stop into one of Caton International's locations in Albion, Neely, and Crofton and let their factory-certified sales, parts, and service team maximize your farm production. Caton International supports Crofton academic and sports.
Crofton Lakeview Golf Course is a proud supporter of all Crofton sports and academics. We appreciate your understanding of our closing early to get the new clubhouse ready for 2026. Thanks for all your business in 2025. You're going to love our new clubhouse. Looking forward to a great 2026 season of golf and fun.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Panning has 3.
Christensen Well and Irrigation is now an authorized full-service dealer for Renke Irrigation. With fully trained professionals on staff, they're ready to provide you with top-quality sales, service, and support. With Renke's 70 years of experience building quality irrigation equipment and Christensen Well providing over 50 years of well and irrigation service, they're excited to serve you. For more information on how a Renke center pivot can improve your farming operation, visit locally owned and operated Christensen Well and Irrigation or check them out at christensenwell.com. Good luck, athletes.
Okay.
Need junk removed? Call Pro Junkers. Pro Junkers can remove junk from a small job, full house, estate, to apartment and office cleanouts. Pro Junkers can demo it for you too. Decks, fences, sheds, garage, and older homes. Want to do it yourself? Pro Junkers has a 7 by 14 foot by 36 inch sidewall dump trailer for rent. We drop it off and haul it away. Free estimates for the job you have in mind. Contact myself, Jeff Kleinschmidt, at 605-760-3449.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball, brought to you by our sponsors, including Murph's Appliance, Christensen Well, and Pro Junkers. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible. And so, Kendall, what's your takeaway from that first half? You got to get your headset on, man. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, you were helping me get stats accurate. While Crofton leads 26-17, they did outscore Elmwood-Murdock 12-11. There was a big shift there at the end of the second quarter where Elmwood-Murdock, it had been a lead by as much as 15. It's now down to 9. Crofton probably was really relieved with the buzzer for the end of the quarter and give them a chance to kind of take a breath and reset. What's your takeaway?
Yes, I thought Crofton handled fairly well the crowd, the noise, the expectation. They played a hilarious, mystical game so far through the first half. Those turnovers towards the end of the half kind of got Elmwood-Murdock going and kind of consistent, and where it's going to be a fun second half to see where this goes.
Well, it really will be, and one thing that's noticeable is J.C. Jansen really wasn't much of a factor. She did have her big presence as far as rebounding, but not a huge scoring threat out there. She got into early foul trouble. She had 2 fouls within the first few minutes, but then was able to go foul-free after that. So J.C. just, we'll see if she's able to make herself more of a presence there at the end. How many points do you have her down for?
I have J.C. Jansen.
You have her down for 2?
2.
Okay, that's what I have her down for as well. But she actually hit 4 free throws,
4.
right? Yeah. So for Crofton, Jay-Z definitely, if she's able to make herself known and her presence known, that will be a huge difference for this Crofton Warrior team, as they've just had a little. They haven't had trouble establishing, but maintaining there at the end. Elmwood-Murdock was really starting to make some hay. So we'll see how this second half goes. We're about 4 minutes away. We'll be back after this timeout. This break brought to you by our sponsors, including Pro Junkers, Murph's Appliance, Christensen Well, 402 Collision and Towing, and America's Best Realty. With Kendall Taney, I'm Michael Schumacher from Elmwood-Murdock High School. Crofton leads at the half, 26-17.
We all have dreams, and America's Best Realty is here to help make your dreams come true. Whether you're buying or selling, America's Best Realty is here to make your real estate journey seamless. With expert agents, personalized service, and unbeatable local knowledge, they'll help you find the perfect place to call home, no matter your budget. They have the listings, the expertise, and the dedication to get you results. Visit them online or give Tara a call to get started. America's Best Realty, where your dream home becomes a reality. Go Warriors from 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton. Need your car towed? A little body work done after your tow? 402 Collision and Towing can give you a tow, fix the dents, and detail the car out for you all at one time. When your car is back to perfection and you need your oil change, 402 Collision and Towing can do that also. Talk about great service and perfection under one roof. That's what 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton can do for you. 402 Collision and Towing, offering the Crofton and surrounding area perfection when it comes to your car.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kleinschmidt with American Legacy Land Company. I reside out of Yankton, South Dakota, and I'm a licensed real estate land agent in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Minnesota. I can list your farm and ranch ground, hunting and recreational ground, acreages, and development property. Looking to buy or sell land, call me, Jeff Kleinschmidt, at 605-760-3449, or follow me on Facebook at Jeff Kleinschmidt-American Legacy Land Company for more on upcoming listings. Your unique opportunity, whether it's buying or selling ground, is just a call away.
Spring is upon us. If your irrigation pump has been in the ground over 20 years, or you have noticed a loss in system pressure, Christensen Well and Irrigation recommends pulling and assessing your pump to be sure your well is pumping water as efficiently as possible. Locally owned and operated, Christensen Well and Irrigation wants you to have a successful irrigation season. Call today to schedule your pump to be pulled before spring field work begins. Good luck to all our area schools.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball, brought to you by our sponsors, including Christensen Well, American Legacy Land Company, 402 Collision and Towing, Downtown Auto Service, Caton International, and Crofton Lakeview Golf Course. Without our sponsors, we are unable to make this trip. We are unable to pay Kendall Taney the exorbitant sum that he is charging us to run this camera. Kendall's like, I need, with decimal places, I like 3 figures, right? as you can hear the Crofton Warrior school song in the background. And I think I kind of know the words. Crofton Warriors, hats off to thee. To our colors, true we shall be. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See, I'm a good Crofton Warrior. All right, this second half, Crofton leads 26-17, but it was a really uneven first half. Elmwood-Murdock had a really strong first 4 to 5 minutes. They led at 1.6-3, and then Crofton was able to really go on a run for the next, I'd say, 8 minutes. You know, basically both teams had a quarter, but Elmwood-Murdock's was the very first 4 minutes and the last 4 minutes of the half, while Crofton was the last 4 minutes of the first quarter and the first 4 minutes of the second quarter. As they do have that 9-point lead. No lead is safe. Obviously, Crofton would like to get off to a hot start here. Nobody in real foul trouble for either team. Backmeyer and Hartle have 2 for Elmwood-Murdock, and for Crofton, Anthony and Jansen both have 2. So if they're able to maintain that, it shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see how this turns out as Crofton comes out with their starting 5 of Sienna Pinkelman, Jalen Panning, Addison Ostermeyer, J.Z. Jansen, and J.C. Anthony. For Elmwood-Murdock, it is Annie Backmeyer, Brooklyn Mans, Zoe Zarat, Brooke Gowdy, along with Aisley Hartel. Again, now it's Elmwood-Murdock moving left to right. Nice spin move there by Gowdy, up and in, and that's a quick 2 for Elmwood-Murdock, making it 26-19. Gowdy has a pretty nice spin move as Anthony gets it over to Panning. Panning back over to Anthony. Anthony will take that 3. Oh, just off, but Jansen with the rebound and the putback cannot contain it, but it is out of bounds off of Elmwood-Murdock. So with 7:23 to go, Crofton will inbound. It'll be J.C. Anthony inbounding along the baseline. Gets it up to Jansen. Jansen at the elbow. And it has that stolen away. Backmeyer takes it, and Gowdy gets it back to Backmeyer. Back out to Mans for 3. No, off the back iron, but Hartel rebounds it. Gets it into Zoe Zarat. Mans in the paint, up with the left hand, no good. Rebound there for J.C. Jansen. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Crofton. So 26-19, 6:52 to go here in quarter number 3, sorry. There we go. We're going to see. You just hold that right there like that. Okay. All right, 6 seconds to go. 3-point attempt is good for Zoe Zarat. And now it's 26-22, and Coach Moon wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by our sponsors. It's a full timeout as J.C. Anthony picked up her 3rd foul. And we'll be back right after these messages. This is Crofton Warrior Basketball brought to you by our sponsors, including Pro Junkers.
Need junk removed? Call Pro Junkers. Pro Junkers can remove junk from a small job, full house, estate, to apartment and office cleanouts. Pro Junkers can demo it for you too. Decks, fences, sheds, garage, and older homes. Want to do it yourself? Pro Junkers has a 7x14 foot by 36-inch sidewall dump trailer for rent. We drop it off and haul it away. Free estimates for the job you have in mind. Contact myself, Jeff Kleinschmidt, at 605-760-3449.
Christensen Well and Irrigation is now an authorized full-service dealer for Rinke Irrigation. With fully trained professionals on staff, they're ready to provide you with top-quality sales, service, and support. With Rinke 7, good luck, athletes.
Welcome back to 5-Star Streaming's broadcast of Crofton Warrior Basketball, where Crofton now leads 26-22. They've been outscored 5-0 here in the first minute and a half, 45 seconds of this third quarter. Panning on the left side, gets it over to Pinkelman. Here's Wiesler. Wiesler in for J.C. Anthony, who has 3 fouls. Three-pointer there for Pinkelman. Oh, cannot get it to fall. But Kukta gets the rebound. And no foul called at all. That is shocking. As Crofton leads, 5.5 minutes to go here. That's a three-pointer. A two-pointer. I know. 26-24 in favor. And Crofton hits a three. (29-24) Crofton leads. So they move the ball around here. As Mans will drive in on Pinkelman. Up with the right hand. And they're going to call a foul on Pinkelman. These officials are pretty much allowing Elmwood-Murdock to do whatever they want. So I do apologize that we seem to be having some major issues with the cable here. I don't think Kendall's doing anything. Just I've never had these kind of issues before, so do apologize. If you think my broadcast is sounding odd, it's because I'm trying to get the cable to work. So right now it is. They missed both, 29-24 after that foul on Pinkelman. It's Crofton's second foul of the quarter. As Jansen goes in, gets her own rebound, and she is going to be fouled on the shot. So Jansen will go to the line to shoot two. Crofton leading 29-24. And she makes that, makes it 30-24, a 6-point lead for Crofton. As checking out is Aisley Hartel. Checking in, Grayson Haynes. So it's Backmeyer, Haynes, Fleischman, Zarat. Gowdy out there for. As Jay-Z Jansen hits that one as well. 31-24, Crofton leads. 4:25 to go in this third quarter. As Zarat has the ball up top, guarded there by Jasmine Wiesler. That's going to be a foul on Crofton. Just try running. I'll have you run the computer. Maybe just let me try to do this. I don't know. As Crofton leads 31-24 halfway through this third quarter. .14 seconds on the shot clock. That's out of bounds off of Elmwood-Murdock. All right, well, we are back. I do apologize. I'm not quite sure what's been going on as Crofton leads 44 to 38 as Kukta was trapped and Coach Moon takes a timeout. So this is a full timeout taken by Crofton. We'll just keep it here. Again, I want to apologize. We've been having nothing but technical issues. I've never had anything go this wrong before. I apologize. It's been the cable that disconnects the visual, and then it disconnected us. It stopped the stream. And so we have 2:08 to go. Crofton leading 44 to 38. J.C. Anthony for Crofton, a senior, has fouled out. So Crofton is hoping to be able to maintain this. 27 seconds on the shot clock. 2:08 to go. Crofton again leads by 6. So Kendall, what would you do if you're Crofton here?
It's been game getting down low, getting the ball to J.C. Jansen and making her.
Yeah, they don't seem to be able to stop J.C. They're fouling her. They can stop her that way, but Crofton will be looking to inbound here on the sideline. It'll be Emma Kukta to inbound. Gets it into Jalen Panning. Panning brings it across the midcourt line. Gets it back over to Sienna Pinkelman. Pinkelman to Jansen at the top of the key. Minute 57 to go. As here's Sienna Pinkelman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And they're going to call a foul on Annie Backmeyer. That's her 4th personal. So they're going to send in Grayson Haynes with a minute 48 to go. As Sienna Pinkelman goes to the line to shoot 2. Crofton in the bonus. Leading 44 to 38. First free throw for Pinkelman. Up and good. That makes it a 3-possession game. That was a huge free throw right there. It's now a 7-point game with a minute 48 to go.
These free throws are very important.
And here's Pinkelman's second free throw. That is up, and that is good. Crofton leads 46 to 38 as Elmwood-Murdock inbounds. Minute 40 to go. Here's Mans. Backmeyer over to Bowdy as they get it out. Long 3 for Mans, no good. Rebound into the hands of Emma Kukta, and that'll be a foul. That's going to be a foul on Brooke Gowdy. And we'll see. No. Nope, they called that on Zoe Zarat. So Zoe Zarat with her first personal. Crofton is in the bonus, so Crofton leading by 8 with a minute 29 to go. As Emma Kukta will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. Crofton now leads by 9. It's a true 3-possession game. They would need 3 3-pointers. That's valuable. This is a huge free throw right here. As Kukta goes to shoot her second. And that is good. Crofton now leads by 10 with a minute and a half to go. As Brooklyn Mans brings the ball up. And they're going to call a foul on Jasmine Weisler. And that's the 3rd team foul. So a minute 22 to go. With the fresh 35, Elmwood-Murdock will inbound. They try to get it down low to Fleischman. J.C. Jansen gets in the way. Sienna Pinkelman with the ball now. They get it up to Jalen Panning. Panning over to Pinkelman. A minute 12 to go. 10-point lead for Crofton. As Fleischman, I believe that is her 5th. Is that Fleischman's 5th? That'll be on Fleischman. And that's her 4th. Fleischman's 4th personal. So with a minute 7 to go, Emma Kukta goes to the line to shoot 2. Crofton leading by 10. It's a 4-possession game. They can make it a full 4-possession game. As she hits that first one, it's an 11-point lead for Crofton. Again, a state tournament berth is on the line. Crofton now leading by 11 with a minute 7 to go. And that one is short. Rebound into the hands of Gowdy. And 1 minute to go. Crofton leading by 11. Gowdy gets it out to Backmeyer. And Annie Backmeyer gets her own rebound. But that pass will go over and back. And that will be a turnover to Crofton. 51.7 seconds to go. Crofton leads by 11. And that's going to be a timeout taken by Elmwood-Murdock. We'll take a timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by our sponsors, including Downtown Auto Service and Christensen Well.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provides, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Welcome back to Elmwood-Murdock High School in Murdock, Nebraska, where Crofton leads by 11 with 51.7 seconds to go. Again, a state berth is on the line. And if Crofton is in, we will be covering them. Again, why not? Bloomfield won earlier today. We are keeping tabs on the why not game as well. As Emma Cookton does get that into JC Jansen. Jansen over to Panning. And Panning is going to be fouled by Brooklyn Mans. And will that be Mans' fifth? Nope, just her second. I thought somebody had four, but, I haven't been able to keep track of stats because, we're doing stuff. Panning's first free throw is up and good. That's a 12-point lead. That's 4 possessions in 45 seconds. This free throw makes it a need for 5, and that makes it really, really tough. That free throw is short. Rebound there by Gowdy. So 40 seconds to go. Long three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Emma Cookta. And Cookta is going to be fouled by Fleischman. Jalen Fleischman, the 5'4 sophomore guard, will foul out. What'd you do? That free throw up and good by Emma Cookta. It's now 51-38. And that is good, 52-38. So Crofton will be going to state here. As here is Mans, Brooklyn Mans with the ball. Gets it over to Zarat. Backmeyer gets it down low to Gowdy. And Gowdy up and good. 52-40, 21 seconds. Shot clock is off. Sienna Pinkelman with the ball. And Elmwood-Murdock isn't fouling. As Panning has the ball, gets it over to Cookta. 8 seconds to go. Crofton will be heading back to state. And we will be there to bring it to you. Those will be audio-only broadcasts, but those will be here on 5-star streaming on YouTube and, I believe, Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton. As we're going to take a timeout, we'll be back to wrap things up from Elmwood-Murdock with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher. We'll be back right after these messages.
Spring is upon us. If your irrigation pump has been in the ground over 20 years, or you have noticed a loss in system pressure, Christensen Well and Irrigation recommends pulling and assessing your pump to be sure your well is pumping water as efficiently as possible. Locally owned and operated, Christensen Well and Irrigation wants you to have a successful irrigation season. Call today to schedule your pump to be pulled before spring field work begins. Good luck to all our area schools.
Welcome back to Crofton Warrior Basketball on 5-star streaming on YouTube, as Crofton will win the district and they will be cutting down the nets. So the C28 district champions are the Crofton Warriors. JC Jansen there in the center. And it's kind of nice. JC Anthony did not foul out of her final game. You know, she gets another game. At least one, maybe three, the way Nebraska works. So we'll keep it here. We'll just talk a little bit while they cut down the nets. As again, Crofton will move on, and they will be in state. So if you're a Crofton Warrior fan, we will have that coverage. That will be next weekend, as Crofton will be doing battle. We'll see how the seeds turn out, as obviously it all depends on who wins, who loses. We'll see when they play and all of that. But as we talk, we'll keep it here as Sienna Pinkelman is cutting down the nets down there. We only have the one camera, so Ellie Sprockle is cutting down on this end. So, Kendall, what was your takeaway?
Well, it was a hard-fought game by both teams. Congratulations to Crofton. They get it done on the road as a 9 seed defeating the 8 seed Elmwood-Murdock in 52-40 action. It was really key down the stretch that Crofton hit their free throws. That was massive.
What's that?
That Crofton hit their free throws down the stretch.
And JZ Jansen was a big part of that. She was really steady all night long on her free throws. Again, we were unable to keep stats because our camera was fritzing out on us, so I don't know point totals. We'll hopefully get those from Coach Moon at some point later. You know, we'll talk more about that on At the Mic. But yes, we will be covering Crofton while they are at the state tournament. As long as they're playing, we'll be down there. Bloomfield won. Now I'm not sure if we'll be covering Bloomfield. We've always done D2 and C2, and it's always matched up well. But we'll see if we're able to fit in a D1 while we're down there. So right now, as you look at Class C2, 2 minutes to go in the second. Oakland Craig leads Freeman 27-15. UTAN leads Valentine 30-20 with 7 minutes to go in the second. Hastings St. Cecilia leads Sandy Creek 19-7. Alma leads Centura 21-18 at the half. And again, Crofton defeats Elmwood-Murdock 52-40. Still coming up, Guardian Angels Central Catholic and Thayer Central at 6:30. So that's just tipping off. As well as at 6:30, Elkhorn Valley and Aquinas Catholic and Pender versus Johnson County Central. As JZ Jansen cuts down the net and spins it. In Class D2, Wynot currently leads McCool Junction 14-12 at the end of the first half. And that game is in McCool Junction. You can find that also on 5-star streaming on YouTube. As up there now is Addison Ostermeyer pulling down the net for Crofton. Elsewhere in D2, you have Dundee. Oh, wow. Dundee County Stratton leads Potter Dix. What's your guess on the score with 4 minutes to go in the second?
Ooh, I'm going to say 42-7.
What?
42-7.
Yeah, 55-4.
Oh.
Yeah, Dundee County Stratton, a really good team. Falls City Sacred Heart defeats St. Mary's in a close one, 43-40. Cambridge trails Sumner Eddyville Miller 13-8 after one. Silver Lake 15, Paxton 22, and Archangels Catholic defeats Hay Springs 58-32. So Archangels Catholic moving on. And Falls City Sacred Heart moving on, and Dundee County Stratton will be moving on. In Class D1, like we said, Bloomfield defeated Juanita Palisade 74-45. Elm Creek leads Niobrara Verdigris 35-12. Maywood Hayes Center leads Weeping Water 33-27 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Amherst leads Overton 15-8 in D1. Central Valley and Cross County at the half 21-21. Sutton and Tri-County after one quarter 8-5. So that's a look at the games going on around the state. Again, you can check out the Wynot game on 5-star streaming. And again, we will be covering Wynot if they make it to state as well, we'll be down there for Crofton. And you know what? We'll have to have a discussion about the Bloomfield coverage, because if it works out timing-wise, we might as well. I did have Kennedy Malati, Madison Malati, and Haley Eisenhower, along with Coach Wilson, all on my show just a couple of days ago. Just some great kids, and it's a great team, so we hope we can cover that. But again, at the half, why not? Leads McCool Junction 14-12. All right. So obviously J.Z. Jansen was kind of the story, but everyone contributed tonight for Crofton. And that's exactly what they're going to need if they want to be successful down at state. And again, Crofton heading back to state after a big victory. A victory that over a 21-3 Elmwood-Murdock team, as the team lines up for their photo for the with the district championship plaque. So Crofton, again, heading back down to state. So we will have that next weekend. I believe I'll be the one on the call for all of that, as there will be districts around here, regions for South Dakota and some districts for Nebraska. So we'll be covering all of that. Actually, no, there won't be any districts for Nebraska. They will do that on Tuesday. We will have coverage of Crofton and Wynot. I'll be on the call for Crofton down at Bergen Catholic, Fremont Bergen. As, again, the Crofton boys look to make it a doubleheader for Crofton down at state.